Hey, this is Donna, and we're out here on location with Donna and friends. This week, we've got the 4th of July show that's going to really rock, so let's take a look. Hi, I'm Donna Judd, and we're on location today at Cushing's Municipal Airport. I'm here with Jim Clements, and wow, has this place got some history?
Yes, it does, and we're a municipal airport, but really a regional airport.
Okay.
Which is the next step up, actually. It's one of those situations where the state of Oklahoma mandated a number of years ago that every citizen in the state of Oklahoma should be within 30 miles of a jet-capable airport. So it was a mission statement that was really part of Victor Byrd, the head of the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission. So this is our mandate. So if you're a citizen in the state of Oklahoma and you need to get to an airport that has a jet capability, then there's going to be a regional airport. When there are 32 of us here in the state. Some of us actually overlap. And I see how that works out is in many emergency situations we have, or if somebody is hurt and we have to get them out of here to someplace, we're capable to bring a jet in here and load them and take them out. And I have been in many situations in all the hours of day and night moving people in and off of this airport that were in need of help.
Jim, for the people that are watching this segment, tell us the history of the airport. When was it born?
Well, it was born prior to 1945 during World War II. There was a lot of fear in America that we didn't know how the war was going on. I believe this is the thinking that was coming from Washington. This is what I've been led to believe, is we didn't know how the war was going to go. We didn't know if the United States wouldn't be involved somehow on our own soil. And so a lot of airports like Cushing were built throughout the middle of the United States. You'll find airports like this in Texas and in Kansas and in Nebraska and up here because we wanted to have a line of defense in this country, a fallback position, as you will. We were inaugurated in April of 1945. There was a big party out here. A lot of the citizens, we have photographs of this, the whole place was covered with people. It was just kind of like a 4th of July event. Lots of airplanes, lots of World War II airplanes, and of course that was April of 1945, and as history plays out, it wasn't that much longer than the Japanese surrendered and the war was over. So this airport never really saw the military training side of it maybe as much as Stillwater did. But that's what it was built for. Then for I believe a sum of $1, it was then granted to the city of Cushing. Was given to the city of Cushing.
And you were telling me earlier about dirt being moved.
Yes,
to actually
my understanding was that that time there was a hill here where we're located now, and that they actually drove day and night trucks and stuff to actually excavate this whole side of this area down and make it flat. There's only like a 20-foot difference between the south end and the north end of the airport. So it's a really flat area. One of the unique features of our airport that many airports don't have is we also have three additional grass runways that we utilize for aviation as well. And so the little dog's making a noise.
Yes, you've got a special companion out here at the airport with you.
This is Harley. She's our airport dog, and she's everybody's friend. She's never met a stranger. So she does. So I promise you, she's not a person that comes out here she doesn't greet.
Yes.
She loves everybody, and she'll find a lap. I can come in here and she'll be laying in a lap of a corporate pilot, and they'll be taking a nap together.
Oh my goodness!
So she just loves everybody.
She's the airport mascot, right. Perhaps.
And so getting back to that comment about the construction, I have a gentleman, Mr. George Christie, who lives in our community and drinks coffee, and who's a pilot for many years, who worked out here when he was younger driving a dump truck, and tells us about these stories. He tells us these stories about how the airport was built. So now we're, this many years later, and I've been here with the city for 16 years. This year, managing and operating the airport. Cushing Flight Service is the aviation-related side of what I do here. I'm actually contract to the city for this work, and I contract to them to be the airport manager. Which has, that's just a separate job that I do, and I'm accountable certainly to our commission and to our city manager. So that's sort of my chain of command.
Briefly, briefly touch on what it was like when the president came out to this
It was
airport.
a very busy time. It was a time when the weather was there in March. It was March, I believe. It was around spring break time, and the weather was somewhat marginal, back and forth. And it was like, yes, the president's coming. No, the president's not coming. Yes, the president's coming. But I do believe they try to not. They don't want you to really know. Okay, one of the things is there's a lot of secrecies involved here. They even set Stillwater up as an alternate possibility that he would go to Stillwater. They were on call in Stillwater, thinking that he might go there, even though we really definitively knew that if he was coming to here because of the Keystone Pipeline and everything that was going on. And so for about a week, actually, we worked hand in hand with all the different, especially the Marine Corps, which is responsible for his helicopter transportation, and with the Secret Service, and to set this all up. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol, the City of Cushing certainly did a great job. The fire departments, they sent a fire department from Stillwater as well as the Cushing Fire Department. They landed in here, they sat down, Secret Service took up positions, everything was secure. The president was moved securely from here over to where he made his speech outside of Glencoe, and then brought back. It was like a 2.5 hour period. During the time he left, it was very relaxed. There's a lot of interaction between the Secret Service and helicopter crews and pilots and everything, and of course when he came back it was all business. But I'm very excited because I really truly believe that this is the only civilian airport that I know of, and that I think that a president has ever landed at. Now they've landed. They've taken their helicopters, landed at OSU, and they've landed at a lot of places, but they've never actually come to a small airport. So I always feel like we have a chip in the big game now.
Yeah, and you were kind of given a special token of sorts from the pilot.
Yeah, the president's pilot. They have unit coins. MX1. A lot of the military, a lot of different organizations will have coins that are minted for their organization, and they're very special. The military uses them. Secret Service, presidents of people, they all have coins that they give out to people. And as a helicopter pilot myself, I was very privileged that his pilot presented me with a unit coin from MX1, and I really cherish that. That to me was very special. And the price of it was a Diet Dr. Pepper, so I came out. And so all those people were very professional.
Yes.
All Secret Service people were very professional, and so it was a great event for us. But we didn't know until the very last minute it was coming. It was cloudy and overcast, and yes, he might come, no, he might come. I was here, it was 6:30 in the morning. We were all in limbo. And then all of a sudden it was on, and he was coming.
Wow.
And that's how.
And the flurry began.
Yes, it did.
Well, another
Absolutely.
flurry of sorts is fixing to happen here
Yes, it
again
is.
this year. I
4th of
understand it's the
July.
second annual open house.
It is an open house, not an air show. I mean, in a sense, when you have air shows, which we don't like to, we'd rather have a fly-in. I would rather have a fly-in than an air show. That means we just ask people to fly in, and we cook hamburgers, and people, the aviators come in, and whoever from town come in. Mostly, I consider this to just be an open house for our community, because we do the fireworks here now. It's been a tradition now for a number of years that we did it. We just weren't on top of it enough to realize that we could combine that with some activities for the community. And then once the light bulb came on for us on that, we said, okay, what can we do? And so what we decided to do was to do. We have a airport support wing, a 501c corporation that helps generate money for different things here on the airport. One of their projects was a picnic area. Doing or building or fixing things that there's no money for.
Yes.
Money that the city can't really afford to spend. So we generate a little bit of money for that. And so last year we decided to go with a helicopter and airplane rides. And a lot of owners of the airplanes here on the airport donate their airplanes. They don't necessarily fly them themselves, but they donate them, and they donate the fuel, which is a very big expense. I mean, if you were to lease an airplane now, it would be a very big expense. So they're giving and donating those airplanes and the fuel for that day to give rides for people to make donations. And so basically, any money that's raised goes into the 501c to do things here at the airport that would actually benefit the public. You know, be fixing up something or another picnic area or something else we designate that's going to enhance the airport for the public. So we invite the public to come in. We're going to have the airplane rides again this year. We'll have a helicopter. To my knowledge, we'll have a helicopter come in. Normally, we contract that out. The airplanes we do ourselves in-house. We use Oklahoma State University pilots. They're not students. They're the instructors, the guys that are the tip of the sword there. They'll come over and they'll be our pilots. And so the Flying Aggies will come over.
And this will all begin at noon?
No, about 1 o'clock. It's
about 1
afternoon because the fireworks aren't until that night about 9:30. So we're not going to wear people out all day. Then we're going to do a bounce house this year. We'll try to do a car show this year. We'll try to do the airplane rides. Lady Liberty was tasked to come. The sad thing right now is Lady Liberty had an engine failure going into Hays, I believe Hays, Kansas the other day, and they are trying to fix her, but they don't know if they can fix her.
So we got our fingers crossed.
So we got our fingers crossed on that, and we're trying to find a substitute for it, and I don't know. All this basically is, it's just, they were simply coming over for the cost of the fuel to put in the airplane to present the airplane. So nobody's making money on this, okay?
It's just something
it's something we're trying to give. We're trying to give for the community.
Yes.
And so we're trying to make it that kind of festival. So you bring your lawn chair or you park out around the property as long as you're not on the airport proper, because airplanes still come and go. And then that evening it'll culminate with the fireworks that'll take place up on the hill overlooking the airport. And then you can, like I said, bring your lawn chair. Of course, we discourage any alcohol beverages here on the airport, but you can bring your cooler and your family. We're going to have the Rotary do food. We're going to have some church groups. We're going to try to raise money for the church groups. I know that the Free Will Baptists will probably be doing popcorn. I think one of the other churches might be doing snow cones. Somebody might be doing cookies.
Yes.
And
well, Jim,
that's
a lot of going on, and I appreciate you taking time out today to visit with us. Be at the airport 1 p.m. on the 4th of July.
Roughly in the afternoon.
And have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to, it's kind of a loose deal. There's a lot of activities, a lot of communities doing activities. This is just one activity. Come and go. We'll do the best we can to show people a good time. There'll be airplanes displayed. There'll be some airplane stuff going on as well, but it's not an air show. It's not a fly-in. This is an open house for the community.
Well, I thank you and Harley for visiting with us today, and and a little goodbye from her as well. You're watching Donna and Friends.
Bye.